Hello everybody, welcome back to another Rainbow Six Siege video today. Today we're going to be talking about angle grip versus vertical grip. So, I personally like vertical grip more than angle grip. That is my personal preference. There is no benefit over the other. There is at least 70% personal preference, and then 30% is like the actual mechanic itself. So, I'm going to go over vertical grip first. The reason I like to use vertical grip on Zofia, you know, other operators like Vigil, any kind of operator that has the difference, most likely I'm gonna pick vertical grip. The reason being is just because I personally, the way I play is a lot more slower and passive. But for you, you might be like, okay, on the IQ G8, I actually use angle grip, you know, vertical grip. So on the G8, I think angle grip is more beneficial because how long it takes to ADS on that weapon. Yes, but personally, some people don't like that, and they like having a slower type of aim. So the vertical grip might be a better choice. So I'm gonna teach you guys how you can choose which one is better for you, and how you can use your personal preference and apply that into like your in-game mechanics. So personally, for Zofia vertical grip, right? Let's say I'm attacking this doorway, right? Are you a guy? Do you pre-aim the angle, or are you kind of like tracking this a little bit right here? Maybe you have to like un-ADS and have to look up, alright? If you're like tracing this corner, but then you need to look up, do you look up, or do you kind of like be that person that guy's like, okay, I gotta go like this, but it's too slow, right? Or if you're swinging in a hallway, you go like this. A lot of people, the way you have to, how do you check angles? Are you pre-aiming angles and all that kind of stuff? So there's different people like this. They clear a room by hip firing, having their crosshair in placement, and then when they see the target, then they ADS. Or those people that like kind of pre-aim like this while you're sprinting. It takes a longer time for you to ADS. So you see how like that, so like going like this faster, right? But when you're going like this, some people like to sprint a lot, and depending, they don't really like to pre-aim the angle. Like there's like the vertical grip players kind of like they do this, you know, they kind of pre-aim it. Or I mean, I'm not saying angle grip players don't do that, but that's kind of an example of how it can shorten that time for you to do that. So like kind of like this, you know, or people who just like kind of hug the wall, close the distance, and then go like that. Angle grip might be better if people don't like that extra ADS time. So the main difference between vertical grip and angle grip is the ADS speed, the recoil, and obviously other attachments that you're using. If I'm on Zofia, right, and I use angle grip and hollow reflex, that's a good combo because hollow, the time is one scopes, like vertical grip or vertical, wait, what am I saying? Wait, no, the triangle scope. What is it called? Reflex and holographic and red dot, those are all the times one scopes, right? So angle grip might be better for those just because there's already no recoil for them in the first place, and having that extra ADS time is always pretty good. So like if I was using an ACOG, right, an ACOG, you're losing long distance. So if I'm in long distance right here, right, angle grip would, if I'm just pulling down, right, angle grip would probably go like this a little bit, you know, a little bit like that. But what would be better if you want a steady aim to hit that small target like this beer can right here, right? Vertical grip is like this is it. That's why I personally like it. Even if I'm a close-up like this, I can just hip fire. I can just hip fire like this and track my corner. I just like having that steady aim, and like I said, I'm more of a passive-ish person. I'm not the best face checker, so when I'm peeking, I want like to be like this best aim I can do, and I rely on my flicks and all that and readjusting to help me out with those small corners. But some people might not do that. They might be really good face checkers. I'm not the best myself, and I might be go like this, you know, that might be sprinting, and then like, let's say if this guy was right here, right, and I was sprinting, right, and I caught off guard, vertical grip would really take a long time. But with angle grip, if I'm sprinting, I would just be able to kill him really, really fast. So I'm gonna switch over to vertical or angle grip and see what the differences are. So for angle grip, let's try angle grip on Zofia now. Let's say I'm using a hollow, right? Hollow and angle grip. Now I feel like angle grip and vertical grip, people don't realize that it's really up to you. It doesn't matter what a pro player uses. Yes, they might have a good loadout and a good reasoning behind it, but it's not a one size fits all. It's not always gonna work out for you. So now I'm on a hollow, right? You see how when I'm sprinting and I aim down, it's a lot faster, right? Or if I want to ADS, it's a lot faster, right? Some people like having that speed of that fast ADS time, but me personally, I like taking my gunfight slow and taking a lot more patience on it. I personally can't really, I'm not really very good of an entry op just because how slow I think sometimes. But otherwise, you see how fast it is. Like, some people like having this fast-paced kind of play style, you know, like, you see how easy it is to readjust. Yes, aim grip can have that benefit, but if I was on, let's say if I was trying to kill someone all the way, you know, with an ACOG, if I had an ACOG and I was trying to kill for someone from very far away, obviously I would be able to hit them. But like, let's say let's go out this window. This is a good example. If there was a bandit over there, right, and I had an ACOG from really far away. Oh, why did I jump off? So like this, right? It might not be for a hollow and a reflex. It might be a lot easier with angle grip because there's not a lot of recoil already in the first place. But with ACOG, it might go a little side to side. Might be a little harder to take that engagement. So personally, I take my range and my gunfights a lot further away. So the main benefits of angle grip is one, you know, just having that faster ADS time while sprinting. But the downside is you get a tiny bit more recoil, but it doesn't really matter on ×1 scope, the ×1 scope, because it's already really close range and doesn't affect it as much. But when you're using like a long range and you're holding those longer angles, let's say if you're that guy that like to sit out of the breach and like having that long, if I like sitting outside the breach, right, as thermite, people will be like, okay, thermite's better with angle grip or vertical grip. I personally don't like angle grip because if someone swings on me, I kind of like having that steady aim to see all the way in the back of rafters. With an ACOG, it might not be the easiest for me, so that's why I personally like having that slower grip. It's not that big of a difference either. Some people think vertical grip takes forever, but honestly, you just can't have that lot steadier aim. And at the end of the day, it's how you play. Is your play style fast, like aggressive, or more passive? And look at that. And number two is looking at how do you check angles. Are you the guy that goes like this maybe a lot? Like you're open hip firing, you know, you like to face check with the open hip fires, and then, you know, but otherwise if you're a guy that likes to go like this and like to flick back right and forth, like, do you do that a lot, or are you more of a guy that likes to go? Obviously there's still good vertical grip and angle grip, but what I'm trying to say is it really depends on how fast you're taking your gunfights, and are you pre-aiming angles? Is it really beneficial if it's that faster or slower? Sometimes you might need that steady aim, it feels like. So I hope this video can kind of help you guys with the vertical grip and angle grip. Personally, like operators, even if it means like long range fights, I personally don't take those long range fights if I'm on angle grip and all that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments, or I just stream on Twitch. You can find me there. So leave a like on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.